Welcome back. The program is still this morning on ITV, and this is the Abuja Network Center where the discussion is going to veer towards the local government autonomy. Last week, we can say that there was so much jubilation from local government workers, especially the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees. They were the ones that the jubilation from that angle was massive. In fact, according to them, that the Supreme Court judgment giving the local government autonomy, financial autonomy, is the beginning is the end. It is going to bring an end to insecurity in Nigeria. But there are other school of thoughts that actually feel that the financial autonomy given to local government is actually a scratch on the surface of the problems that have been facing local governments. We know that the issue of local government autonomy has been an ongoing conversation until when the federal government, through the Minister of Justice, took the 36 state governors to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court granted financial autonomy to all local governments in Nigeria. The 774 local governments, as we speak from now henceforth, will be receiving their allocations directly from the federal government. Now to discuss this issue, I have Engineer Chinedum Elekwachi. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
He is a public affairs analyst. Looking at the judgment from the Supreme Court, for me, I would like to know, what is your own take? Because there have been several reactions.
Firstly, I will say the judgment is commendable. It's commendable for the fact that it's going to help the local government council chairman to have a kind of independence and operate without anybody must throw them around. But there's still some constraints, because now they have financial autonomy. The Supreme Court has given that, which I believe the state governors are going to obey that. But you cannot separate a child from his mother. There is no how you can install a local government chairman today in Nigeria without an influence of a state governor. So that's where we still have the problem. Unless the powers to conduct local government elections is taken away from the governors, we still have these challenges of them having control or influence on the local government chairman. Because even if the Supreme Court have granted this financial autonomy, if somebody wants to become a local government chairman, you still want the endorsement of the governor, provided that is the one conducting the election. And there will be times for you to become a local government chairman. Now maybe the collection of the fund will not be done legally again, like the state joint account they used to have for what they call Jack. It will be abolished. But internally, you know how you settle the government or the governor every month the way you receive your allocation from the federation account. So we still have a hurdle to cross, and that hurdle is seeing that state independent electoral commission don't conduct elections for local governments. If the power can be rested on INEC, I believe by amending the constitution, with that, I believe we can have totally autonomy in the local government level. So I think the judgment commendable is a step in that direction. It's a first leg of having autonomy in the local government area, but we still have to checkmate and see that the power to conduct election in the local government is taken away from the government.
Initially, when you started, you said it is commendable because the local government chairman will be independent financially. Did you say this because you trust that, aside from the influence from the state governors, that these local government chairmen are going to do justice?
Yes, to some extent. To some extent.
Why do you feel so?
I feel because currently every local government council chairman in this country is 100% in affiliation or an appendage of the state government, and that have limited their performance in the local government level. Because when your allocation comes, they give you about 5% of the allocation. You go and pay your civil servant to your local government. You not have fund to execute any capital projects. But now you have your fund coming directly to you. you will have a lot to pay salaries. You have some money to do some projects.
In other words, there won't be any excuse.
No, I don't think you have any excuse any longer, because this fund is coming to you directly now. The only thing you may compare with the governor or the people in the state government want some fund from you, but it will no longer be the percentage as it used to be before.
But there are still some persons who actually, in fact, somebody last week said that the federal government has successfully decentralized corruption.
The corruption has gotten to the lowest ebb before now itself. We can no longer continue talking about corruption, because corruption has already become part of us.
I guess we should just accept it.
We cannot accept it, but saying that it is relevant corruption just really like we are giving it another big name, because already corruption has become part of Nigerians. When we talk about corruption, it's not about people in public office. When people are doing their private business, they indulge in corruption. People even in worship centers, people indulge in corruption. It has become part of our public life. But to some extent, we see projects executed in local government levels. They can be able to tie roads, they can be able to install street lights, they can be able to install electricity, they can provide potable water to the people. They can still embezzle money. Because people come into public office today, the mindset they have is called a sweat. But to some extent, we are going to see the better projects in our locals, and people can hold their local government chairman to account, because they now know that you are receiving these funds and you have them with you, and you don't have any excuse to give.
Okay, when you talk about because from what you said now, financial autonomy granted, but politically they are not independent. So that is to say, we just started the journey, but we are not there yet. But if you look at it the other way around, how about, is it not possible that this same local government chairman, since they have their own financial autonomy, they can as well make themselves powerful in such a way that the governors will have to come to them, not them going to the governors?
How would they make themselves powerful when the governor conducts the election that brings you to power? If you're not able to dance to the tune of the governor, you will not get to power, and maybe you would like to come back for a second term. By that time they will force you out. So you must agree to the terms. You must agree to the terms. With that, the governor who conducts the election will do everything to get you into power, and you must be able to dance to his tune. If you say otherwise, that means your second term will not be guaranteed. So that is just it. I think this has happened first, and it's good. It's a good one. National Assembly should not take it up. They are doing constitutional amendments now. They cannot touch that section of the constitution, empower INEC to conduct local government election. At the inception of this democracy, from 1999 to 2003, we saw local government performing, and at that time, the national electoral body was conducting the election, yes, and they were performing optimally. We can go back to that basics. With this democracy will work. If we start seeing the grassroots, the local government chairman working, then we start having this constitution we have in the federal government. Do you know now people don't criticize the people in the local government, they don't criticize the governors. Everybody criticizes President Tinubu. And you don't know, the government starts from the locals. Because if a local government chairman is performing, is providing road, providing street light, providing water, helping the local economy is placed to thrive, the concentration in the federal government will lessen, and the burden of them will lessen too. So, and I assure you there will be competition. The local government will compete with the states. So what next we're waiting for is from the people in the National Assembly to amend the constitution, empower INEC to conduct election, take out that thing from the state government.
Well, we are still discussing the financial autonomy given to local government by the Supreme Court judgment. I am still here in the studio with Engineer Chinedum, and Jide Ojo will be joining us via Zoom. He is also a public affairs analyst. Jide, good morning. Well, looking at the judgment of the Supreme Court concerning the local government autonomy, we all know what transpired last week. We'd like to hear your thoughts about that.
election, I would consider it that if we give financial autonomy to the state independent electoral commissions, they might be able to do better than what they are doing right now. Because it's the same argument that has been put forward why we should not have state police. Everything should be centralized in a federal system. I think it's antithetical. Historically speaking, what happened in 2010, 2011 was that when Justice Muhammadu Lawal Committee submitted his report in December 2008, the president of the country, President Umaru Musa tried to implement that provision that says that INEC should conduct all elections. But the governors kicked against it and said in the spirit of federalism that because we have state civil service commission, we have state judicial service commission, we have state independent electoral commission. But people have not applied their mind to why state independent electoral commissions have not been performed. On a guidance that is that has financial autonomy and is of course in charge of the consolidated revenue fund of the federation, the state independent electoral commission do not have financial autonomy. So when you now say INEC should conduct all elections, that is centralizing the electoral process. In America, where we copy our federal system from, it's states that conduct even national elections. The federal electoral commissions of the United States of America does not conduct elections. Elections are conducted by the state government, the 50 state governments in America. So I am of considered view that what we need to do is to strengthen the state independent electoral commission. Let's have the constitutional operation that will guarantee their financial autonomy. In which case they can now stand against the dictates of the government. That is number one. Number two is that, you see, even if we have credible elections, in as much as the governor can still railroad you remember you did that shrine during the former governor of Anambra State,
Ngige.
Chris Ngige.
That said he was taken to that shrine to go and swear that he would be loyal to his property. That is still happening now. If the governor said, if you want to win election, you must ready to abide by my dictates, and takes you to shrine to grant swear to collect them from the house. Before you are even allowed to contest the elections. Even if the election is credible, even as much as there is this spiritual possibility that is being made to have like a sword of Damocles on the local government chairman and council, you may not be able to do much. Not many people will want to want to be desirous to their work, and also when they have introduced a spiritual dimension to it, which is I don't dismiss this. It has happened in Okija, it has happened in Osun State, it has happened in a number of places where people are taken to shrine, are made to swear on the cross of whatever, that will be loyal. Then the top point is that while this is a very good step in the right direction, there is still need for constitutional operation, like my brother and the student said. Let's cross the T's and dot the I's and make the constitutional aim tandem with the Supreme Court decision. Because Adamawa State government has gone back to Supreme Court to seek interpretation of section 162, sub 1, sub 2, sub 3, which talks about revenue sharing. And why the Supreme Court decision they have been like a modification of provision of section 162 sub 6, which talks about joint state local government account. You still need to fine-tune and bring to bear the streamlining of those regular sections of the Constitution that will make whatever the federal government is trying to do not to be antithetical to the spirit and letter of the Constitution. The other point is this. Many state governments have gone ahead to establish what we call local council development authority, SCDs. In Lagos, we have 37 local council development authorities. Only 20 recognized local governments in the Constitution. So what governments simply do is that when they receive this federal allocation, into the joint state local government account. They simply redistribute that money to cater for the constitutional recognized local government as well as the LCDA that they are going to establish. And that is the problem now will be how the governors from the LCDA will they scrap it, because it's a law of the state that has set up this LCDA. And what they have done between over the years is to find a creative way of funding. It's just a thing to what you have when state government establish universities and just pay salaries while they believe that tertiary education trust fund will help them to provide for the capital projects like building of hostels, building of administrative blocks, laboratories, library, even fence and all of that. So that's what has happened. They have created these LCDs. Some of them, the state government does not give a ship to run them. They simply redistribute whatever comes from the federal government into the joint state local government account. And that's why they have been funding the LCDA. So this will be this new Supreme Court decision will present a challenge to them. But again, they might find a creative way of funding, getting to those local government chairpersons and councillors, that a percentage of whatever they get from federal allocation should be given to them in a pool so that they can use it to fund this LCDA. Because as we saw yesterday, on Saturday, Delta State conducted local government election.
The usual winner takes it. Well, we are having a network interruption there.